Yes, I'm here. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, my brother. I'm gonna unpack all your questions really fast, okay? You had some questions around emails. You sent me a bunch of sample emails, all right? Here's what I need you to realize. You tell me, Santosh, what's your mission? Do you wanna make sales and close business and grow the business, yes?
That's correct.
Is your mission not to have any conversations with anybody? Do you want to avoid...
No, I totally did.
You're okay talking to people?
Absolutely, yes.
Good, good. Does your solution require you to have human interaction in order for you to close the deal? Because is it complicated enough to where you are going to have a conversation with everybody before they buy from you? Or is it something as simple as like ordering a t-shirt from a website?
No, has to have a conversation.
Okay, so you want to make sales, you're not opposed to having conversations, and you have to have conversations. In all of the email examples that you sent me, and I could tell you put a lot of effort and a lot of energy into them, here's the problem. They were essentially written by somebody with a mindset of like an email marketing mindset. And by the way, marketing and sales are not the same thing. Marketing's okay, but it's not the same thing. And you were literally having conversations with yourself. Okay, so a lot of it was you were taking scripts out and writing it into email. Like, for example, I am the CEO of Go, right? Like, you don't need to put that in there because it's in your signature box. The other thing that I noticed on all of the emails that you sent me was there was a lot of context in there. And most of it was negative, right? This industry is experiencing this. People in your role are getting killed here because of, they're not getting killed, their business is down because of interest rates or because of collections or whatever those issues were. It was a very negative tonality to it. Okay, and then you ended it with, I have an idea I wanted to get your opinion on, or I have a couple ideas I want to get your opinion on. Let me save you a bunch of time. Let me make things a lot easier for you. And you can split test the emails you're running right now because they're decent, but I'll just be honest, as a business owner, as an executive, as somebody that gets 150 plus emails a day, your emails look just like everybody else's email. World is on fire. Your business sucks. I just got one the other day. Your website's all screwed up. If you work with me, I can fix it. That's what everybody else is saying. So I'll make it real easy for you. I want you to take 3 weeks and just send emails saying, hey, Matt, you and I are connected blank. We're connected through LinkedIn. We're connected through this chamber. I manage I'm the CEO of a company that works with companies like yours, whatever it is, how you're connected. I've got an idea I wanted to get your opinion on. Can you give me a call on my mobile? That's it. That's the whole email. You don't need to do a movie trailer of how disastrous the world is, because what we think somebody's going to do is read that and go, oh my gosh, the environment is really bad for AMCs and AMCs are going out of business and they're being acquired due to market saturation. I don't want to go out of business. Let me call this guy, right? Like, all you're doing is them going, he doesn't know me. Even if it's the same issues, you haven't earned the right to bring it up that way. Right? So just slow the process down. Now, you had sent me these other links. I just want to go through these really quickly. How should we write the email? That's how I want you to write the email. Just, you and I are connected blank. I've got an idea I wanted to get your opinion on. Can you call me on my mobile? Full stop. Signature bar. Okay? Then you say, how can we take it further so we can book a discovery call? I don't want you to do discovery calls anymore. I'm sorry, but discovery calls were designed by people that never sold anything, that were really good at writing like manuals and processes. Now we're in the discovery call phase. Like, can you imagine if we had a version of a discovery call in dating, right? Well, hey, I really like you. You really like me. You're good looking. You're not married? No, I'm not married. Cool. Let's sit down and have a discovery conversation about each other. Like, we're not going to do that. It just sounds horrible. That's right in vain with like, I want to pick your brain on I want to pick your brain on a few things. So no more discovery calls. Okay. And you said, how can we take it further so we can book a discovery call? You're going to say, I've got an idea that you wanted to get their opinion on. Then when they call you, you're going to say, man, thank you so much for calling me back. One of the things that we're seeing in the industry is XYZ, right? A lot of clients are coming to us because they're in that. I'm just curious how you're dealing with that. And I have 1 or 2 ideas that I wanted to get your opinion on that probably be helpful for you, whether you do business with us or not. Listen to how much more of a dynamic conversation that is. Thank you for calling me back. The reason why I had reached out to you personally, something that we're seeing, something that my people are seeing, your credibility is way up, is XYZ. Not, is that something you are seeing, right? How are you dealing with that? And I've got a couple ideas I wanted to get your opinion on that would be helpful for you, whether you did business with me or not. Now, if you're like, I don't have any ideas that would be helpful for somebody that I want to help save their business from going out of business, from being acquired, unless they do business with me, I'm going to challenge you on that one. Full pause. The weekend's coming up. You don't have to do it on the weekend. Sit down on the weekend. You know a ton. Come up with a few ideas that would be skillful for them, that are not self-serving ideas. Hey, if you guys do this, it will better position you here. If you're a marketing company, there's one little toggle button inside the Meta dashboard, slide that puppy over to the left. It's going to save you $4 per lead. What? Really? How much do I owe you? Nothing. Happy to do it, right? Like, it's no brainer. We save tens of millions of dollars for our clients. Does it make sense for me to just send over a proposal for us to manage the campaign for you, right? This is how I want you to be. So it's not a discovery call. But when you ask, how are you dealing with that? Now it's going to naturally open it up to discovery. Now, what if you're like, well, I bring up the issue that we solve and they go, I don't have that issue. We're not seeing that. You're not going to force it. You're not going to do it. You're going to go to your NOS, your net outcome statement. No problem. I will be here when you guys need to better position yourself to deal with the things that are happening with interest rates. Fair enough? Right? And now they're going to leave that call and go, man, that Santos was a pretty good guy. Right? So we're not doing discovery calls. We're going to send a very short email. By the way, guys, today's world, short is good. They're reading it. Nobody wants to thumb through 4 paragraphs of an email, especially if you have bad eyes like me and you got the big font on your phone. By the time I get through that, I've scrolled up 4 pages. But if you clearly said, hey, Matt, you and I are connected on LinkedIn. I got an idea I'd love to get your opinion on. I'm going to call you back. And I'm going to call you back with a high level of uncertainty and probably some skepticism and a little distrust, which is why I don't want you to take advantage of me calling you back and going, yeah, I'd like to book a discovery call, because one of the things that we're seeing is people in your industry are, they're going out of business because of business operations. We're seeing it's a tough time for everybody. Avoid all that negative stuff. Like, nobody even wants to hear the negative stuff. We want to work with people that are positive, right? Like, I have a ton of mortgage brokers that come over to Easton University, and I don't want to be negative because some of them are on this call, but they are having a tough time. But what I say is, listen, that's good. What? That's good? Yeah, absolutely. Because if you don't have a sales process and it's a tough market, you don't have deals coming in, just gimmies that are handed to you. But if you're in the mortgage industry and you're positive and you're forthright and you're creative and you can find options for people, maybe like bank statement loans or buying the rates down with certain points, and you are a bright light and you're not a depressing bummer when they talk to you, there's more business than you could ever write. Why? People haven't figured out how to download themselves onto a hard drive. And although a lot of people are camping out on their 3% mortgage, they're getting sick of that place. They're getting sick of their neighbor. They're getting sick of the trash truck coming through their alley every day. Or they're getting moved, they're getting married, and they're having a kid, right? So if you can simply change your sales process, you're good. I want to talk to them about things that are positive. And when they go through our coaching, I want them to talk to the real estate brokers that they work with, the homeowners that they work with, the home sellers, the home buyers that they're working with, in a positive problem-solving light. But let's not send any long emails out just talking about how devastating the market is, because although it is, and although you help them, it's not going to get you very far on the emails. And you find that you send a lot of them out, and then you're like, nobody's calling me back. This is terrible. It's because your emails look like everybody else's. Does that make sense?